Hey guys, it's me again, Bruno. So I'm coming with a new topic. So my topic today is love overrated? Okay, guys. So my topic is coming from an answer that I received from Elena. Elena and I worked together and she put a comment on one of my videos. And basically she was saying that love was overrated and in some other cultures they didn't need love like in the Western world. So I'm going to address the latter part of what she said regarding cultures. I'm from Africa. I lived in America. I live now in Europe. So I have an idea about culture. And I can agree with her. Love is not lived, is not experienced the same way according to the cultures where you live. For example, I'm going to give you an example. If you are from Africa, in Africa, you don't see people kissing in the street. You don't see people making out in the street. You will never see that. It's really, really rare. Maybe with young generation, and even that, you will not see that, like you see in Europe or maybe in America. If you go to Asia, I've never been to Asia. I am sure that you will not see people kissing or making out in the street, even holding hands. I never saw couples holding hands in Africa, where I grew up. I never saw that. I'm sure in Asia they don't do it. This is the cultural part of love. It doesn't mean that love doesn't exist. They just experience, they just live it in a different way. So when you say love is overrated, what Elena really is saying is that the Western love, the Western way of loving is overrated. Even that, I don't agree. Because basically what she's saying is that love is not really important. And I disagree with that because for me, and it's my opinion of course, love is the third most important thing for a human being after water and food. Because I never heard anybody say that love from your parents is overrated, or love for your brothers, or love for your kids, or love from your friends is overrated. I never heard anybody say that, but it's still love. It's a different type of love, but it's still love. Because people don't fail generally in those loves. It happens sometime, but rarely. But since people fail in love relationships, so people need some type of excuse, some type of scapegoat. It's exactly the same thing as if I have an accident and I tell you that the car is guilty. And that's what people do in life, and that's what people do in love. 45% of people who have an accident will blame the other driver. The other 45% will blame the car. The car is too big, the car is too small. And only 10% will take responsibility. And that's my point. People don't want to take responsibility for their shortcomings, for their failures in love. So people want to blame. They want to do the blame game. And it's easy. I've been there. I remember one thing that changed my life, changed the way I think, is when I realized that I was wrong and I was to blame in my marriage. The day I realized that is the day my life changed. And I guarantee you it was tough. It was really, really tough. Because people, it's easy to point the finger at someone else. But it's very, very tough to look at your face in the mirror and say, I was wrong. Or I've been wrong. Or I've done wrong. Okay? And it's exactly the same like someone says, a guy who's dead, the doctor said the guy is dead, but he died from cancer. Okay, so we have the conclusion, if you will. The guy died from cancer. But another guy comes and does the autopsy and said, no, this guy really died from a cardiac arrest or a cardiac attack. So basically the conclusion was right. The person died. but the reason or the analysis is wrong. That's exactly what people do in love. People blame marriages, people blame all sorts of things, but they never look at themselves and say, I was wrong. I'm going to tell a quick story. I met one time a girl who told me about all of her relationships. And she dated like 15 guys in a 1 or 2 year span. And she told me all of those reasons why those relationships failed. But one thing she never told me is what was her responsibility. And that's what people do. People blame on others, but never take responsibility for themselves. And if you do that, it will change your life. And I told her what's the common denominator in those relationships is you. So you are the problem. But that's tough. That's too hard for some people. Okay, so this was my video. I hope you guys comment. I want to know what you think. If you guys watching me on Facebook, put a comment. I want to know what you think. And if you're looking me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. And I want to see your comment. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.